Go for it.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Matthew. This is our embedded systems project. So we were contacted by Professor Brandis, and he gave a presentation about how he has sensor data down at the cemetery bridge over the Bushkill Creek, and the only way for him to access that data is to go down there with a computer and connect his computer to the 9-pin on the data logger that's shown right here. So he tasked us to find a way to get the data from the logger to a more accessible location that doesn't require him to bring his laptop down to the creek.
So what our system does is it will take data from the data logger, and we tested out kind of the different areas we could transmit the data to, and the public safety building, which is just down the road from the data site, works because our long-range radio is in line of sight with it. We tried to bring it up to Acopian, but there's too much, like the hill and all the buildings got in the way. So
so we decided to use these Adafruit long-range radios because they were good at sending simple data packets. So we're just going to be sending just numbers like ASCII characters. I think he's collecting the height of the water, the speed, the temperature, and so all of those are easy to send over just the ASCII characters. So we were able to, we used two of the Adafruit long-range radios, and we tested the range with these antennas from the storage facility, where the log is located on the bridge, to the public safety building, and we were able to receive packets. So for this demo, we're just going to send, we're not going to take any data from the log, but we're just going to send sample data from the PIC to the radio. So unfortunately, one of our radios broke, and it's the other one's being shipped in the mail right now. But the functionality that we would test in the classroom is we would send the data to the transmitter, and a receiver would pick it up on another computer,
and then that receiver paired with the script would write it onto a network file that Brandis could then access.
So for this demo, we're going to write the data from the PIC to the radio, and the script on the radio will write the data to CSV file in Excel. So the data will be able to be accessed from any computer on the network. So this mimics the functionality of being able to access the data from the public safety building to any other building or any other computer on the network. So right now, we're using the real-time clock to sample data every 10 seconds. So when the data is actually down on the creek, we're going to use the real-time clock to sample data on the hour. Yep. But for this demo, 10 seconds is much easier to demo. So in between, we use the interrupt on the real-time clock to take the PIC and the radio out of low power mode. So this is one of our considerations. So currently the data logger is being powered by this lead acid battery, and to not shorten the time that between having to change the battery, we're gonna
keep the PIC in low power mode to not drain the battery as much. We're gonna have it powered. We can have it powered through the data logger, so it is gonna drain the battery, but with low power mode, we don't think the power drain should be as big as what the data logger is doing.
Yeah. So currently it's running, but if you run the script, it's a processing script that takes the file that the radio receives and stores it into a file in Excel. So we're going to watch the real-time clock and let it run for a minute or so, and then we'll check the file on another computer.
The data that we're sending is it's just data 1, data 2, data 3 as part of the interrupt. So every time the real-time clock hits 10 seconds, it'll interrupt and send that out to the Adafruit radio module.
And we also end the data, we're going to append an underscore because we have the functionality that it'll stop receiving when that character is received, so that
That kind of eliminates any extra characters that might.
Yeah,
come
sometimes
through
you would get
transmission.
noise. It would get the noise and then extra data characters, so that helped eliminate that. All right, so theoretically the script would be running just indefinitely, but we stopped it so we can check out the data. So then this is in the shared drive, so we can check out the data here. And this is, since it's separated by commas, it stores the data into each column. And so this is currently how Professor Brandis stores his data, so he would be able to
Access the
Yeah.
various components.
Okay.